Now let me cut across to my colleague Tushar Joshi, who watched the first show of Hrithik Roshan and Deepika starrer Fighter. Tushar, let's first talk about the collaboration. This is the first film where we see Hrithik Roshan and Deepika Padukone team up. How is their chemistry?
Before jumping into their chemistry, I would like to ask filmmakers, what were you waiting for? I mean, why has anybody not cast Hrithik Roshan and Deepika Padukone together? I'm guessing there must have been offers in the past, but I think it was time was due because both these actors are absolutely stunning on the big screen. They are blockbuster bona fide superstars in their own right, and they also bring their own sense of realism and magic to cinema. So when you see Hrithik and Deepika together in the same frame, whether it's them dancing to a blockbuster song or whether it's them in their fighter planes doing all those daredevil action scenes, I think that's one of the trump cards of Fighter, that it brought that freshness to the table. It got Deepika, Hrithik looking stunning on that poster, and they sort of take that blockbuster feel good magic from the poster to the big screen.
Tushar, I remember how Siddharth Anand forayed into directing action films in 2014 with Bang Bang. Thereafter, he has delivered War and Pathaan. Both received rave reviews. Where do you think Fighter falls in his universe?
You know, Siddharth Anand has sort of created his own universe, like you rightly mentioned. I mean, if we know Rajkumar Hirani for his feel-good cinema, we know Karan Johar to make these really opulent, big-scale family dramas, then Siddharth Anand over the last few years has managed to create a own niche in his space. A lot of critics say that, he perhaps copy-pastes and takes these big ticket Hollywood scenes and replicates them in Bollywood films. But even that could be an art and itself a craft. It's not easy doing that. Having said that, there's a certain expectation that comes from a Siddharth Anand film. The title that you mentioned, whether it's Bang Bang, whether it's been Pathaan, whether it's been War, these are all films that you have to watch in a theater. And these are all films that have been made with A-list superstars. In that space, I feel Fighter sort of fits in, but it's also a little different from what he's done before.
I couldn't agree more on this, Tushar. But how are the action scenes? I feel they are the backbone of Fighter. Can they be compared with those we see in Hollywood films? And is it anything like Top Gun Maverick?
That's a good question, Dipali, because for a lot of time, ever since the poster and the teaser came out, a lot of comparisons were being drawn to Tom Cruise's Top Gun and Siddharth Anand, Hrithik Roshan's Fighter. But to leave all those doubts aside, Fighter is nothing like Top Gun. If you were a Top Gun hardcore fan and perhaps your heart was bleeding that somebody in Bollywood wanted to make a film based upon Top Gun, be rest assured it's not like Top Gun. The action scenes are not very similar to what we've seen in the Tom Cruise film. It's not something we've seen in Bollywood and Indian cinema in terms of the scale of these aerial shots. The scenes look very real. The VFX looks top-notch. The way they have been shot and the climax in itself is a major highlight. I think we have seen a lot of ground, hand-to-hand combat scenes in Bollywood, but we have rarely seen these long-drawn shots when it comes to aerial combat. So I think in that space, Fighter sort of sets a benchmark in creating these really big action set pieces, which everybody will enjoy in the theater.
Tushar, if you could also give our viewers a sense of how your overall experience was, and of course the stars that you would want to give.
I think Fighter is just basic, good old, get your popcorn bucket, sit in the theater and enjoy your film. You have two good-looking actors on the big screen. You have some really CT and tali bajawing moments when it comes to the climax. You have a very strong, solid ensemble cast when it comes to Karan Singh Grover, Sanjida Sheikh, a lot of actors, Mahesh Shetty. Anil Kapoor is outstanding in Fighter. So I feel overall he has managed to put the set pieces together and create a film that will sort of keep you engrossed. Yes, it has its own fair share of drawbacks. The second half is really weak. There are some dialogues and patriotism-laden scenes which sort of drag. But overall, I think Fighter delivers its bang for buck. It sort of makes you, it keeps you entertained, it keeps you engrossed. We would like to give a solid 4 out of 5 stars for Fighter.
बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट 26/11 और अब पुलवामा। किसी सरकार ने उनकी इन हरकतों का मुंह तोड़ जवाब नहीं दिया, लेकिन अब बस उन्हें दिखाना पड़ेगा कि